Hello, thank you. It's lovely to have you here tonight. Been thinking about doing this for a while, finally took the chance. I haven't really done stand-up before, so this is brand new territory. So much so that I'm cheating and reading off a script. Surely that's never happened before. Hope you enjoy yourself, though I'm at a bit of a loss of what to start with. Let's start with the mundane. I recently moved to the big city, a first for me, and I've been there a couple of months. It's nice, got a job, but while taking the metro, I've noticed the announcers on the train vary in quality. Have you ever noticed this? I am now convinced that the announcers/drivers go through 4 stages during their career, sometimes back and forth. There's new and excited, filled with energy. They hit the intercom button, ding dong. They very clearly tell you, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the train will depart shortly. Watch for the closing doors. Have a wonderful day." You heard what they said and understood every word of it. They're happy. This is the dream come true. The next stage is tired. They've been working for a bit too long. All you hear is ding dong, and then they go, trying to blah, 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 watch for the closing doors. You know, very muddled. You can barely hear it. The typical experience while riding a train. The third stage is the one where they've lost a passion for their work. All you hear is ding dong, and then just doors closing. Come on, man, put some effort into it. And then there's the last stage, where the person has just given up. Ding dong. And then nothing. You can always just hear him push the button, roll his eyes, sigh, and drag his tired arm back, muttering to himself, "Poor pathetic person. He's had enough of this bullshit." My sympathies. But that's city life for you. It can be stressful, so many cars, so many people, there's so much noise. It's great, there's so much stuff to do. There's also a lot of coffee. I don't actually drink coffee, I don't really like the taste. I used to drink it every morning as a child, but when I got older I realized, wait a minute, this tastes terrible. I'm pretty much only drinking it because it's not so much coffee with milk and sugar as it is milk and sugar with coffee. But that said, I don't mind that people drink a lot of coffee. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean there's something wrong with it, yes? But then I took a second look at it. I looked at it from the perspective of an outsider. You know what I realized? Coffee is probably the most evil beverage in the world. Have you ever actually stopped and thought about this? It's black like the darkest void, incredibly bitter, slightly addicting, and it is everywhere. It has permeated our society. Now, it's still not actually a bad thing. People like coffee, that's fine. But imagine an alternate reality where coffee was not a thing, and people watch a movie where people like us kept drinking a coffee-like beverage. They would be throwing the popcorn at the screen, yelling, "Don't drink it! It's liquid evil!" The weird thing is, I might actually have a point. If people started to run out into the street yelling, "Don't drink coffee, it's made out of people!" nobody would stop drinking it. Nobody. People would be at work, standing in the break room and keep on chugging. Yeah, sure, it's an abomination and an affront against the very concept of humanity, but how else am I going to get through my afternoon shift? Ah, that's a good cup of joe. And his best friend, Greg. Now, I'm glad you enjoyed that bit. I've been working on it longer than I'm comfortable admitting. But at this point you probably realize that this guy isn't very good at impressions or making weird voices. That's a shame. I've always considered that to be a very good tool for comedy. If you've got a lot of vocal range, you're basically halfway to comedy gold. Impressions are just fun, aren't they? I spent a lot of time on the internet, and I've realized that a lot of internet personalities have their own internet idiot impression. That's my name for it, where they will mockingly imitate someone saying something stupid or complaining in an often ridiculous voice that no human being alive would ever have. It's usually high and nasally, or like Gollum. It's almost become its own trope, so much so that when someone is using their voice to mock a criticism, I think they are actually hurting their own argument, even if the criticism was incredibly stupid. I don't care if that YouTube comment was so dumb it actually made you drop 2 IQ points, please don't use that voice to mock it. For contrast, whenever I see a stupid comment, my internet idiot impression is that of a stuffy old British individual. LOL, you are so stupid, good sir. You probably still live with your mom, Rofalolol. Good show. I do wonder how many people actually type like that, if they are just young, stupid, or ironic. But whatever, let's move on. I enjoy being artistic. I write for fun. Hopefully one day I will be a professional. If you're a good writer, you can make everything interesting. You can make anyone invested in anything. You know that dumb joke of why 6 was afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9, blah blah blah? A good writer would be able to make you invested in their struggles. Why? Why did this have to happen? 7, what did 9 ever do to you? He didn't deserve this. How could you betray the group like that? 6 and 9 were going to be parents and we're going to adopt. How could you? Why? Why couldn't you have eaten number 2 instead? He was such a shit. Lowbrow humor. A good writer understands that everything is a tool that could be used. There's a right place and time to use them. Maybe that's not very often, but there you go. Speaking of dumb humor, there's something I want to share with you that I saw once while walking in a city. Now, this was years ago, and I can't quite remember the names and texts, but I very clearly remember the gist of it. You know those free papers that are basically always terrible for one reason or other? I once saw a popular one that had 2 headlines on the front page. Slow news day, I suppose. The upper was about increase in busted pedophiles, and the lower was about inspired young artists breaking out into the mainstream. They could not have done this worse if they had actively tried to. The resulting front page read, "More pedophiles arrested than ever. Do like Martin, take the chance to be discovered." Yeah, so stupid. You gotta feel bad for Martin. He had been interviewed, he's excited, he brings the papers with friends. "Hey guys, look at this! Aww." Yes, very stupid, I know, but that's part of comedy. I think there are several types of comedy, and I've counted 4 so far. There's the observational, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. There's the absurd, I once saw a clown make love to a squirrel. There's the logical leap, which includes puns. And then there's subversional humor. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get in on that hard clown squirrel action. That one was a mix of the logical leap, the absurd, and the subversion. You can mix and match however you like. Mix all of them together, and what have you got? The aristocrats. Thank you, you've been a lovely audience. It's been lovely to be here. Good night.